Today I'm going to show you how to work in crochet moss stitch. This stitch is used in our Elmdale blanket in collaboration with Debrosse. In this video I'm going to be using a 12mm crochet hook and a ball of crazy sexy wool in Ivory White. Okay, let's get started. For this stitch you need to make a foundation chain with an even number of stitches. Then you can work your setup row. Your setup row begins with 2 more chain stitches. This acts as your turning chain and your first chain stitch. Then you're going to work your first stitch into the 4th chain from your hook. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to work a single crochet stitch into this chain. Then you're going to work a chain stitch, skip the next stitch, and then work another single crochet stitch into the following stitch. So you're just going to repeat this process of making a chain stitch, skipping one stitch, and then working a single crochet into that next stitch until you get to the end of the row. So that completes the setup row. Then you want to turn your work and make a chain stitch. This counts as your turning chain, and then you want to make another chain stitch which counts as your first chain stitch. Now on this row we're going to be working into the chain spaces. So you're working a single crochet stitch into that chain space instead of into the stitch. And then as we did on the previous row, you're going to make one chain stitch, skip the next stitch, but then we're working a single crochet into that next chain space. So we're going to do that again. So it's one chain stitch, skip the stitch, and then one single crochet into the chain space. And then we're just going to repeat that to the end of the row. And then you're working your final single crochet stitch into that chain space created by your turning chain and your first chain stitch at the beginning of the row. So that row makes up our crochet moss stitch. To continue working in this stitch, you just want to repeat that last row. So again, it's 2 chain stitches, then a single crochet into that first chain space, and then just repeating a chain stitch and a single crochet stitch to the end of the row. So now I've worked a few more rows, you can really see the crochet moss stitch pattern taking shape. To continue, you just repeat that same row again. Thanks for watching.